back to my channel. I'm Deb. This is Deb's Corner. A long time in my office. It's morning. It's Friday. Father's Day is coming up. Happy Father's Day to all the awesome dads out there, the present dads out there, the involved dads out there. We love you. I love seeing dads out there who are just like totally engaged with their kids, who bring their kids to the park and they just stand there watching their kids play or on their phone while their kids are playing. But the point is that they're out there, they're involved, they're present. And that is what creates memories, because kids will look back and go, hey, I remember when Daddy used to take me to the park. No, I remember when Daddy used to make money. No one remembers that. It's more about the presence. It's more about the involvement. And it's not a matter of like, oh, I'm just helping out my wife take the kids to the park. I'm just helping her. No, it's your child too. So kudos to all you involved dads, to the present dads. I love you guys so much. While I was in the West Coast, there was a dad who I did play dates with his kids, and I just absolutely loved how he doted on his girls. We'll plan to play this once or twice a week, every week, and it was the best time ever because the kids would play together, and for him, most dads are like checked out, but for him, he's very involved. He's active in planning the play dates, not just with me, with other men, other women, just planning play dates for kids, making sure that they're out there socializing, all that stuff. And just doting on them, like running with them, playing with them in the park. I love that because I'm like, this is just creating memories, because the kids are just always going to remember this moment. Daddy was always there. He worked, he was, I think, a substitute teacher, so he worked. Schedule was a bit flexible, and looking at the type of guy he is, not saying that he comes to money, but he's okay. So it's not like, oh my gosh, I need money. Everybody needs money, but he was that kind of person who I feel like had his investments and stuff in order, and so he was able to live the life that he lived, which is awesome. But he was a doting dad. In a lot of cultures, men, specifically in a patriarchal culture, men usually feel like the job of raising a child is up to the mom, and they go out there and make money and bring home the money, even though the wife may work. It's just that they don't feel like, oh, I have to take them to a park. Wait, I have to be engaged. I have to be, when I'm in the same room with them, I have to actually play with them and talk with them and find out about their day instead of being on my phone. What? I have to? Some men are just have that mindset. So when they're in the room with the kid, they think, oh, because I'm in the room with that child, that's enough. I can just go on my phone, I can be on my phone, but I'm still in the same room with the child. It's okay. They're not going to remember that. So I say all this to say Happy Father's Day, long-winded, but Happy Father's Day to, especially not just fathers. Anybody can be a father, but to the involved, present fathers. Happy Father's Day to you. This goes out to you. But let's get into this video. This video is about new fathers. Not the seasoned ones, but new fathers who basically are going into fatherhood right now. I would say to you, I have advice for you, coming from a woman's point of view, but I would say to you, if you're a new father and you're going to fatherhood, right? First of all, love your spouse. Love, if it's your wife, I'm a Christian, I'm a Jesus follower, so I believe in marriage first. And sometimes marriage doesn't work out, so I'm not saying stay in a marriage if it's not working, if it's toxic and all that stuff. But if a marriage is healthy and it's supportive and it's loving and you can feel safe and vulnerable with your spouse, yes, I'm talking about that kind of marriage. Just love your wife. Love the woman that you're with unconditionally. Because let me tell you this, if you love that woman when she's pregnant, you love her when she's giving birth, you love her when she's raising that child, when everything's done and the kids are out of the house, all she remembers is the way you loved and support her, and she'll be so loyal to you. Now, a lot of women become disloyal when the guy treats them horribly. Number one. Number two, the guy is just controlling. The guy is just not who she needs him to be. Number two, make sure you're kind. When she is pregnant, when she is about to give birth, when she gives birth, those are huge changes in a woman's body. Her body's going through a lot. She may not be herself. Love her, be kind to her regardless. Do not try to be a mean person, because you know when everything is done and over and she's back to her normal self, she will remember that. Just love, be kind no matter what. Number three, make sure you are, if she's sleeping, you are like there involved taking care of that baby after it's born, because that baby is yours. It is yours. It's not, she's not a nanny or she's not a babysitter where it's like her duty or responsibility to raise that child. No, it's not your job alone to just go out there and work and make money. But if she is a stay-at-home wife, go ahead, make that money, but also be involved, because raising a child encompasses a lot. It's 24/7. Your job, you go to work, you come back at 5, 6, you clock out. You're done for the day. You now have to start helping her out, because guess what? She's from morning to night. She doesn't get to clock out as a stay-at-home mom. She has to continue doing what she's doing, and she's tired as hell. I'm speaking from experience. She's tired as hell. So yes, I would say this: be supportive. If she's sleeping, take care of the kid. I don't care if you're working or not working, because at the end of the day, both of you are working. One is unpaid, one is unpaid, and one is paid work, but they both work. So make sure you're supporting her. Make sure you are trying to alleviate her pressure and stress when it comes to raising that child. So if, say for instance, Saturday and Sunday, you don't go to work, she's still stay-at-home mom, she's still on the clock, not paid, but still on the clock. So if Saturday and Sunday comes and you see how overwhelmed or how stressed out she is, as a man, you can say, hey, I noticed that you are stressed. I noticed you may be, why don't you take 2 or 3 hours, go out, do something. If she's a breastfeeding mom, hey, just pump your milk, I'll feed the baby. Be involved. I think when I started this video, I said Happy Father's Day to all you involved present dads. That's what I mean by being involved. Just being involved. To letting her go 2 or 3 hours saying I'm gonna go without her having to forcefully just remove herself from the house, meaning I'm just going to a Target to pick up something. Just give her that permission. It goes a long way. It shows that you're empathetic, that you care. I love carrying my kids. Pregnancy was great, but having a spouse who wasn't consistently supportive was annoying. It made my pregnancy so bad. I think my last pregnancy was the one I really, really enjoyed, only because I realized that for the first 2 pregnancies, he wasn't consistently supportive. So I was like, okay, I only want people around me who are going to be supportive. So I made the decision to just kind of distance my spouse, even though it was his kid. It's my body. Your kid, my body. So I made a mental note to distance myself from him, because he wasn't supportive consistently, and I don't want that stress around me. So I think that's why my last pregnancy was great. I smile every time I remember my last pregnancy. Now the first 2 was a little bit like, first one I'm trying to learn what's going on in my body. Second one, when I was trying to learn, I became pregnant like when I was 4 months postpartum. So that's why I kind of like my last pregnancy. But I digress. Just be supportive, because she remembers that. 3, never do the tit for tat. Like, if she has an attitude because she's pregnant, I'm gonna have an attitude because I don't understand why she has an attitude. No place for that. Don't do that. Even if she's not pregnant, in a normal whatever relationship, don't do that. That's the number. That will kill her relationship so fast. That will kill a relationship so fast. The tit for tat. Number 4, again, this is me just thinking about what I wish I had. I wish I had a spouse who cooked, who was able to prepare meals, because I remember being pregnant and about to give birth. In Nigeria, where I'm from, in Nigeria, when you're about to give birth, you have parents, you have your siblings, you have people, aunts, uncles, not uncles, but aunts who will come over and cook like a large amount of meals for you and put it in your fridge, your freezer, so that when you give birth you have food. And also we have this thing called mugu, where like you give birth. After you give birth, your mom will come to your place and live for maybe 3 or 4 months, take care of your child, take care of you, so you can recover, cook your food so you can recover and eat and not worry about that additional cooking. But because we're here in America, your spouse is supposed to kind of play that role for a little bit, especially when you can't have your mom over, like when you can have her over. Like your spouse will take the initiative to cook. So I wish my spouse cooked, because at that time I remember being pregnant and then having to now worry about, oh my gosh, I'm about to give birth, but I have to make sure there's food in the house. Especially with the second pregnancy. The first pregnancy was okay, it was just him. He's a grown person, he can fend for himself. But the idea that I had another child in the house, I'm about to give birth, and that's like 2 or 3 days stay in the hospital. What's my child going to eat? How is they going to eat? That worried me. So I had to, while being pregnant, heavily pregnant, worry about cooking and having meals set aside for my child. Although the child was not even one, so it's mostly like pureed foods. But still the idea of like, what kind of spouse do that? It's just pureeing, cooking the food, making it tasty and pureeing it. So I had to worry about that. I had to worry about myself having like meals prepared, frozen, so that when I came back home, the stuff for me to eat. And I need to be I was a breastfeeding mom, so I need to be able to like eat so I have more production for my baby, right? So it's all that. So if I had a spouse who cooked, right, I think that would have alleviated a lot, because I would not have had to put pressure on myself to cook while like my feet were swollen. I wish, even now that I'm a parent, I wish I had a spouse that cooked. I'm just thinking like how wonderful that would be. But hey, you get what you get. If you're a new father, these are the list of things that I think would be beneficial to you. Happy Father's Day. Remember, you're important because you're a father, but don't just take the role of father and just run away with it. Be an active father, be a present father, be a involved father. It goes a long way. Not just the title, but just you're actually living out the title. It goes a long way, because it goes a long way. Until my next video, guys. Bye.